Just like you drew it up, huh? Just like you drew it up?
Not exactly. I didn't really want to win off my back, and I trained so much stand-up, so I definitely wanted to show a little more. But whenever he, I went for a flying knee, and he kind of hit my shoulder, and I fell, lost my balance, and when he came into my guard, I was like, okay, let's work a little bit from here, and I got stuff going right away, so we just went with it.
How nice is it, though, to know that you have those instincts that when something like that does happen that you don't expect, to kind of be knocked off balance like that it's not that big of a deal for you to adjust quickly?
Yeah, for sure. That has a big impact on my stand-up game. I can pretty much throw whatever I want and not have to be scared of a takedown. You saw my last fight, I did a lot of, front kicks and jumping knees and things like that, because I'm not worried about getting taken down. And if they engage with me on the ground, I'm very confident that I can make something happen there. So that's just all the years of jiu-jitsu paying off.
Can you talk a little bit about being able to stay in a fight this week, period? I know you were appreciative toward Gerald, earlier this week just for taking the fight, but how much did that throw you off as the days wore on, or did it even have an impact?
It definitely has an initial impact. Like I said, I woke up Tuesday morning with a text on my phone right there saying, you don't have an opponent at this point. And so that'll shake you up a little bit, but fortunately everything got put together so fast, so I immediately could refocus, and Gerald also being a wrestler, being a southpaw, really helped a lot. If I would have fought a conventional fighter after training too much for 2 months for a southpaw, it definitely would have, kind of threw off my preparation. But everything, worked out well. I feel like Gerald was about as best of a replacement as we could get, a great name, tons of experience. And like I said, he kind of fell into what I was training for really well.
Do you think this early about how quickly you want to get back in there, or what level of opponent you want to have next?
For me, I just want to do whatever it takes to get me to the title, to fighting for the belt. If that could be the next fight, that'd be great. That's what I was, under the impression of with the fight with Salter. That was the number one contender. No one else. At this point, I don't think anything really makes sense other than fighting for the title or trying to redo this Salter fight. So, he's 5-0 in Bellator. I'm now 4-0 in Bellator. So either the title or Salter, I think that's all that makes sense, and that's what I want. My goal for 2018 was to be the Bellator, middleweight world champion. That's all I'm dreaming about. That's what inspires me, motivates me, and I'm working very hard to achieve that.
With a night full of submissions that's going to go down in the history books, was it a little frustrating for you to not get to test yourself against someone as good at submissions in this division as you?
No, it wasn't frustrating. I think it was just a great night for jiu-jitsu, and I'm sure Salter and I mean, it's only a matter of time. It's going to happen, and we'll, get our opportunity. But, tonight was a whole nother challenge, and Gerald's never been submitted before in all of his 30 fights. So, I'm once again very thankful for Gerald for stepping up. He's a tough guy. Took him very serious, even though he didn't have much time to, no time to prepare. But, I'm still pretty proud of the fact that I submitted a guy that never been submitted before, and he's been fighting at the highest level of competition forever. So, it was a good night.
One or two more guys.
Rafael, with an R. Do you feel, obviously at Bellator 200, Michael Carvalho is going to defend against Gegard Mousasi. He's probably the favourite in that. Do you think you're ready for the kind of experience of a Mousasi if he wins that title? Are you actually ready for that now?
Man, I think I am. I totally believe I am. This is, even though I've only had 8 fights now, this is a lifetime of work. I've been competing my whole life, and I'm kind of getting used to being the underdog and going against guys that have a lot more fights than me. So, now's my time. I'm coming into my prime, physically, mentally, technically, and I'm not here to mess around.
Is there a sense that you can't leave it too late because you are not a spring chicken, if you like?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not here to mess around. I want to go all the way. So, whoever's the champ, that's my target. That's what I'm going for.
How do you think that title fight will go?
You know, two great martial artists, nothing but respect and great things to say about both of those fighters. But honestly, I'm kind of leaning a little towards Carvalho in that match.
Is that because you want to fight him rather than Mousasi?
No, I just think that, you know, they're in two different directions, and you know, Carvalho's stand-up is you know, the best, and you know, it could really go either way. But if I had to bet, I would bet on Carvalho.
Is one of them a tougher fight than the other for you?
I wouldn't say that. No, I don't think so. I think they're both very good, very tough. Yeah.
Last question, guys.
As a guy who's been a World Jiu-Jitsu champion yourself, how do you feel about Dylan Dennis and his debut in Bellator tonight?
You know, good for him. He got his first victory. He's got to, you know, feel what it's like out there. It's a little different. You could kind of see in the beginning, you know, wanting to, you know, make contact. You know, the stand-up game changes everything, and fortunately, there's nothing we can do about having to start on the feet. So hopefully, he'll continue to evolve. But you know, it's hard to just go out there and pull guard. So hopefully, you know, I'm sure he's going to learn from this and just keep getting better. But it's a great night for Jiu-Jitsu. Definitely happy to be a part of the kind of Jiu-Jitsu party that tonight was.
Thank you.
No more questions, but can I make a comment? Nice shirt, sir.
Oh, thank you.
Very
Good
nice,
for you.
very nice shirt.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Appreciate it.